Hello everybody, my name is Mason Schenk and today I'll be doing my persuasive speech for public speaking. Potential is something all humans have within them. Reaching that level of one's full potential is not the easiest to do in this world, as equal opportunity is not given everyone. Not even with necessities such as mathematics, reading, and writing, the three most basic parts of your childhood education. Everyone deserves a chance at attaining their full potential, which is why I believe we need to implement worldwide quality education. If you couldn't tell already, I'm pro-quality education. Always remember that an education isn't given everyone. There are millions of children in this world who would risk every single thing they have just to get an education, and that's something we take for granted every single day. Instead of throwing away your old technology or textbooks, donate them. Give these children a chance to learn and reach their full potential. Because in our world, problems are globally just compiling. This would lead to almost 250 million more chances at finding a solution for these problems. This article by the United Nations entails the economic and social benefits that giving children a good education create. It also lists out what needs to be changed within our educational system, as we have more children in school than ever, but too many aren't learning enough. These needed changes include having an effective teacher, which is something that isn't brought up enough in conversation. Personally, I've had many teachers, whether it's high school, middle school, or elementary school, where they don't seem like they want to be in the classroom. And if they don't want to be in the classroom, then why are their students going to want to be in the classroom? If these children actually had an effective teacher, they'd be able to grow up and potentially solve issues that the world faces, like cancer. It sounds a little far-fetched, but it's very possible. These students just need a good education, and that starts with a good teacher that keeps them engaged and having a desire to learn. Another scary fact that was highlighted due to the COVID-19 pandemic was by April of 2020, close to 1.6 billion children and youth were out of school. Nearly 369 million children who rely on school meals needed to look for other sources of daily nutrition. This exemplifies the fact that school isn't just a place for education for children. It's also a place where a lot of them get their food from and even have fun. It's some of the best parts of their day. Quality education is also very necessary for humans, I believe. Scott Sargrad's article highlights education and what it means globally. It has so much potential power and it's not utilized enough, especially in the US. We lack in high quality education for our nation's future, and that must be changed. Which goes back to my previous point. Teachers, we need to change them. They need to be well suited and fit for the job, and they need to want to be able to teach these kids. I've had so many of my old friends, even in elementary school or middle school, that didn't get the help they needed in class, and that leads to them not being very engaged within learning. Scott Sargrad's article calls for a change in the education system that the audience not only must hear, but reflect upon as well. Because if all students received an education, extreme poverty would diminish. Global Partnership has stated, considering the changing nature of the global economy, driven by technological advancements and globalization, it is now more important than ever to invest in our human capital and ensure that everyone has the skills necessary to succeed. According to recent estimates, up to 2 billion of today's jobs are at risk of being replaced by automation in 2030. The report by Dana Mitra overviews the fact that quality education to all from childhood to early adulthood shows the implications that come from our youth not making it past high school. The demographic for these teens depict that not receiving a high school diploma leads to double the chances of being unemployed and tripling the chance of recovering welfare assistance, which is, for one, not a great life to live, and two, it costs the nation billions of dollars every year. So instead of doing recovering welfare assistance and things like that, we could easily just put those billions of dollars towards education and giving these children the tools they need to succeed. My last point is quality education for all leads to a better overall society. This article by UNICEF exemplifies the issue that not only are hundreds of millions of children not receiving any education, there are more receiving an education that's not even reaching its standards. Just to put it into perspective, an estimated 617 million children and adolescents around the world were unable to reach the minimum proficiency levels in reading and mathematics, even though 2/3 of them were in school. That's insane to me. That means that we have children that are technically enrolled in school, but these children aren't learning anything from being in school. They're pretty much just sitting there for 8 hours a day doing nothing. And then they come out of high school unemployed, or they might not even make it out of high school. Basically, children aren't learning what they need to be learning at school, and that's a step in the wrong direction when there's already too many children not even getting the chance to attend. Now, for the other side, I can't really think of an argument against quality education other than the cost of it. But I mean, when you account for all of the welfare assistance and everything else, that could easily just be replaced by that. So for me, there's no real argument against making quality education available for all children. It's just about making it happen. The only negative I really see is cost, but in my eyes, the cost does not outweigh the potential benefits that could arise from achieving this. Overall, people just need to think about others more, have sympathy for each other. When I think about the millions of children that would do anything in their power to learn, it almost makes me disgusted with the people that take it for granted. There's many things you can do as an individual to help this crisis. Even if it's small, it can lead to a much bigger change. Actions you take now would simply bring much more awareness to those that are uninformed. Overall, I just believe children should have that chance at education and have a ticket almost, an entrance into a better life. There's too many kids that aren't learning anything and just go into the workforce, and it's not suited for them or not what they want to do with their lives, and then they become disgusted with it. And that needs to change in our society. Thank you, guys.